Good morning. I want this especially for all the haters out there. This is a J Van Gogh. Ha! A J Van Gogh. Sir, if you can see Van Gogh is right here. Right here, right here. Van Gogh is one place over here somewhere. But this is a jacket that I saw and it was given Starry Night. So if you know anything about humanities and you studied, this was Van Gogh's painting called Starry Night. Okay? So today I am J Van Gogh, can't you tell? Okay? J Van Gogh. Anyway, you all, I hope you all are doing well. Baby, I got I got my chuckle last night over there on Uppity. I'm just trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure it out. What's up, CDP? What's up, Miss Vegas? What's up, all y'all? All y'all. I love all y'all. Ursha's all y'all. Baby, I got a chuckle last night. Ooh, it's just, I'm just going to talk about two things because that's all you need to talk about. The beef sector ain't dead. The beef sector ain't dead. The sound is choppy. Okay, hold on for a minute. Hold on for 1 minute. All right, if it's still choppy, then it may be your fault. What's up? What's up, my ushers? What's up, Miss Anson? So anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and start talking. It's good now. Okay, now. All right, as long as it's good now. As I was saying, I got my J Van Gogh collection on. J Van Gogh, I want to thank all the ushers for coming on here to usher, saying that you would rather dwell in the house of the Lord than dwell in the tents of wickedness. All right. So anyway, you all, somebody sent me a clip and they said you need to watch this. It's quite interesting. So it was on Uppity's channel, and this heat, Briine and Uppity was on. And can I say this? Because we gonna unpack this crazy foolishness. I don't even talk about this heat. This heat is not even in my vocabulary. But for her to be so hell bent on me, this heat. What do you mean house poor? Boo boo, I got equity in my house. House poor is when you're underwater. I'm not underwater. Now, this heat, unfortunately, because somebody thought it would be cool to do something on YouTube, I had to make some arrangements. But I'm not house poor because if I sell my house today, I have equity in it. So house poor is when you don't have equity in your house and it goes the other way. The Texas market is hot. So what are you talking about? See, this is what happens when you are in people's business and you really don't know. Oh, I don't speak with you. You ain't my financial accountant. I just find it fascinating that you are so obsessed. It seems like these lesbians, especially the crazy ones, they're just obsessed with daddy. They just obsessed with daddy. So then she comes to start talking about fashion. Oh, I don't buy clothes for you. This is for me. This is what I like. And you know, I didn't know Calvin Klein made shoes either. Okay. I'm like, okay. And it wasn't for a name. It was because the shoe was leather. It was a leather shoe. It was a top grade leather shoe. So I'm like, leather for $27? Oh, I'm on that. I don't care if it was Calvin Klug or Tony Klein. Okay, could have had Tony Klein in them shoes. Ooh, it was leather. That was it. It was leather. I don't buy stuff because of names and stuff unless the name is really reduced. So you got me all the way messed up. But I'm sitting there laughing at you And then, girl, you talking about somebody ain't clean, but yet, according to the street, you slept with a lady and let her eat your box, and you admitted that she didn't change her romper out. Okay, all right, I see where y'all going, but anyway, I was rolling over there because again, I'm listening to she. She's such an angry woman, and it goes to show you. See, this is why I don't allow that hoe on my platform because she don't have no emotional intelligence. But I hollered. So if you were over there, he and Uppity were discussing that Ness didn't have a job. Baby, in Brian fashion. Now I'm giving y'all the recap because we gonna unpack this shit. In Brian fashion, Brian comes up and say, "Well, you know, nobody deserves to lose their job. Did you give her money? You did love her." And so I see what Brian is doing. I see what Brian's doing from the jump. From the jump. So this heat, she goes with it at the beginning. But baby, when she mentioned Jehovah and she said Jehovah is fake, and then she started talking about all religions, and then she said she might be an atheist because she don't have no beliefs. Baby, it got deep. When she started talking about Jehovah, baby, don't talk about Jehovah. Mm. Camille, thou great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. I'm weak, but thou mighty. Hold me with thy powerful hand. Baby, don't start talking about Jehovah. Baby, it went left. She kept on talking about how you gonna seek financial advice from a house poor man. And I'm just listening to this hoe and I'm like, is you crazy? I'm like, how is you crazy? And I mean it went on. Then she started calling them the F word. See what's in you gonna come out you. And this heat is very obsessive. She's very obsessive. Oh my God. And she's another hoe who can't stand rejection. Was begging us to come back. I'm like, oh my God, it got deep. She's very obsessed. So let me give y'all the heat and Brian history. See, this heat, you thought you were okay because you gave Brian some light bill money. And you thought Brian is gonna be all right with you. And also you thought Brian was gonna jump in your camp because right now I was rolling. Because see, this is why I say y'all gotta be careful with Brian. I don't trust Brian as far as I'm concerned. Because Brian is always trying to get a lick back. And if Brian is mad, I want y'all to think about this. If Brian is mad or is getting a lick back, as he would say, because this he brought up the fact that she gave him money for electric bill, do you think Brian is I because I read those emails between him and Trademark Fortune? Hell no. Hell no. Because you see how that happened, right? And baby, I fell out. Because Brian went up there with a purpose and a reason. Ain't that right, Dr. LaShawn Root and Simply Pink and Green? Let me tell you something. Brian went there for a reason. And I'm going to say this. Brian had emotional intelligence more than this heat. Because, baby, when I tell you Brian got this heat out of her body, now, uppity, you know how it is now to get dropped now. Okay? Because Ubba said she want her channel to be monetized one day. And see, this is why I don't allow certain hoes on my platform. Because my thing is, if you can't respect my platform, then you need to drop. Maybe let me tell you something. When I tell you Briine had this heat out of her body, oh my God. And again, you all, that's what Briine does. Briine gives you a sense of, okay, we all right. No, you ain't never all right. You ain't never all right. See, I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. And that's all I'm going to say. Briine was never all right. I mean, it is what it is. But baby, I holler. This heat then start calling Briine the F word. And then, let me tell y'all something. I don't think this heat, first of all, this heat tried to, also too, not only because of the light bill, but Briine brought up that he thought she was a nice looking stud. And then she took that way beyond the boundaries to say that he's weird. And Briine didn't appreciate that. And again, I look at that too. You know, y'all, this heat is nothing but a lesbian version of talent. She's another talent. She, again, thinks that she is the sharpest knife in the drawer. She thinks very low and little of people. But yet, Ron asked the question, well, you got all of this money, you all of this and all of that. But why you dating somebody like that? And you still like her? I mean, and then she wanted to tell Brianna seen some of the women I dated. Again, girl, same things you accusing me of. You trying to prove to these people out here, and that's why I find it funny. I don't buy Calvin Klein because it's Calvin Klein. I bought Calvin Klein because it's leather. That see, you don't see. You think you know the mindset of people, but it's a leather shoe. I don't buy pleather shoes. That's the bottom line. And I thought it was a good deal on the leather, regardless if it's Calvin Klein or not. But you trying to convince people of who you are and what you have and all of this and all of that, and nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn. See, the thing about you and what you have to really understand this heat is, at the end of the day, nobody gives a damn. I'm not out here trying to impress people who don't even like me, especially you. I wear what I like. I wear it when I want to, and it has nothing to do with you. But you are here trying to convince people that you're wealthy and all of this stuff, and you know all about fashion. And can I tell you, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn where you live. I don't give a damn where you eat. I don't give a damn who you see. I don't care if you know all the celebrities in Hollywood. It really wouldn't matter. Because A, I'm not sleeping with you. I don't have a relationship with you. I come to do a show. I don't give two damns and flips about what you're doing. And then you admitted that you were part of the flag team and you were doing some diabolical stuff. See, this is why I look at y'all with the side eye. And Briine called that junk out. And see, let me tell you something. I'm glad Briine did exactly what he did. Because all of this stuff that you was talking and all of this stuff, Briine just shook the dirt out of you. Till we really saw who you were. Then you start calling the man a yagget. Well, ain't you a lesbian? Now, if he would have snapped back and called you an off-put name, you would have been pissed off. See, this is why I don't bother y'all hoes either. Because here you are, letting somebody tongue up in your stuff, who you said didn't even take a bath in 3 days. But then you, the grand dame of les materialism, but yet you gonna call this man what again? Okay, see, I see how you all are, and that's why I have no desire to ever meet you. Not to say I even wanted to, but to me, you are a kid trying to find your way. Girl, I don't give a damn about what you gotta say. You up here running around trying to find love. They already said that the lady almost backed up over you because you so possessive and you didn't want her to leave. Please don't go. Please don't go. I mean, begging. So I see a bunch of things. First of all, this heat don't like Christians. She thinks that y'all are dumb and that y'all following a white man's religion, and she dumb because white men did not start Christianity. So that goes to show your ignorance. Now, have white people use Christianity against black people? Yes, but Christianity was not black. Come on, have you ever read about St. Augustine of Hippo? I mean, have you ever read about the Christian churches in Alexandria and the Coptic Christians who have the oldest churches in civilization? And for you to open your mouth and say that, I'm like, girl, you don't study. But just say you don't like Christians and you don't like Jehovah's Witnesses. Because what's in you came out of you. And then when Brian started talking about Hinduism, you got touched in your spirit. And Uppity is right. You don't have no right to talk about religion because everybody has a right to worship how he or she feels. Now, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but if Brian wants to be a Jehovah's Witness, he has every right to be a Jehovah's Witness. This is America. If you want to worship a chicken tomorrow, that's his right. But I can't believe that you're trying to give Christianity to white men. Baby, black people were worshiping the Christ child way before a white man even came into existence. But you don't know that because you don't read. And you try to throw off like you're so intelligent. And I do think you're intelligent, but I think you're ignorant. And I think you are a hurt individual. I don't know who hurt you. Girl, I don't know what happened in your childhood, but it is some definitely childhood trauma. You got some anger. Your anger came out. You really need to go see a therapist because you off. And when you can make Brian look sane, you crazy. When you make Brian look like he's the rational one, you crazy. You crazy. Because baby Brian was being very composed for the most part. You look crazy. And you can see where she started bubbling. You can see where the temperature started rising. And I can just see Brian picking and picking. And she is not smart enough to see what Brian is doing. And maybe the next thing you know, she is calling him a yag and everything. And Uppity is saying, hey, and this is what I know that this heat don't operate in emotional intelligence. Uppity was trying to tell you that I don't have anything against you, but you cannot use these words on the platform. And knowing that Brian has struck people, who's to say he won't strike me? You couldn't tell Uppity that though. I mean, this heat that, because all she saw was you hurt me, and I don't give a damn about Uppity's channel, even though I don't even have a channel no more. I'm getting ready to do whatever I need to do because I don't have any emotional intelligence. Now, I got all of this money. I got all this education from these top schools, but yet I don't have any emotional intelligence. Yep. And Uppity could tell her. So now she's pissed off at Uppity. But she's an angry person, Uppity. I don't know why, but see, this is what y'all deal with when y'all deal with these crushed people, honey. When you crush glass, baby, it's going to cut you. When you step on glass, baby, it will cut you. And that woman is fragile, honey. She has a lot of jagged and sharp edges, and she will cut you because she's hurt. And her defense mechanism is that. And I sat there and watched. I'm like, okay. But we saw that happen in real time. Brian ain't dumb. Brian knew exactly what he was doing. But she triggered Brian when she started talking about Jehovah. Woo! Baby, Brian was all chill until Jehovah came. Ah! Don't talk about Jehovah. Don't talk about Jehovah. Honey, she started talking about Jehovah, baby, and Jehovah. That was it right there. Don't say nothing bad about Jehovah. You don't know him. Baby Brian went on. And I just sat there and enjoyed the whole thing. I sat back, baby, enjoyed the whole thing. I'm like, baby, it was a mess. And Uppity was trying, and baby, you know when Uppity can't get control of her shit, you know it's bad. Uppity put up the 30 seconds, girl, it still didn't do no good. Because that hoe is very focused. She is angry, she is upset. She one of them lesbians, girl, that don't have no butcher knives up in the kitchen. Okay? Because baby, she'll be looking at you in your sleep with the knife, contemplate, not quite doing it. She's a crazy hoe. She one of them crazy lesbians. I'm saying, baby, that lesbian right there, she's crazy. But let me tell you something. Brian set you up real cute. I mean, you thought he was gonna fight against Ness. No, 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 no. He don't like Ness either. But he can't stand you because you said that he wanted you and you mentioned the food stamps. I mean, not the food stamps, but that electric bill. Lord Jesus, don't let me get the boy no food stamps. I'll holler. Somebody said if she's so secure, let me tell you something. I don't even go there with these people. Let me say I don't know these folks. I don't sleep with these people. They don't do nothing for me. I don't. We ain't in no relationship. We ain't in no friendship. We don't go to brunch. I don't care about these hoes. We subcontract, and I don't even work with her on YouTube. That's the whole thing. Well, I worked with her a couple of times on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't like this. I choose not to work with that hoe. What hurts me is 99% of our black community. Divine spirit is crazy. It's crazy. Let me see what y'all saying out here. So, okay, you married to a Jehovah Witness. Okay, okay. But let me say this, y'all. Uppity was trying to have a real serious conversation. Uppity was talking about a couple of things, but then they got on the Ness situation. And I know Ness is chuckling. I'm not mad at Sugar Lump. I'll be chuckling too. Because, baby, you fight with both of them. And then all of a sudden they start fighting with each other. Girl, I know the feeling. I know the feeling when hoes coming after you. And then they start fighting with each other. But I think Brian liked you better than he liked this Heat. Because, baby, he set her up real cute. Had her yelling all out her body. She done clicked the lake about 15 times. I'm like, oh my God. I don't understand why you are taking advice from a man who's house poor. House poor, girl. Oh, you don't know what house poor is. House poor. I got equity in my house. Mortgage hoe. What you talking about house poor? You so ignorant. But again, like I said, I don't know what you got. I don't care what you got. Then she wanted to come for my little Calvin Klein shoes. I'm like, I didn't even know Calvin Klein made shoes. But that wasn't the point. The shoes were leather. If you would listen to me, I sound like that hoe. If you listen to me, hoe, I asked the lady, I'm like, is this the leather? Because some of the shoes were not leather. They were vegan leather. But the Calvin Klein was leather, and we checked. And she sat there and checked to make sure. And she went into the SKU, and we looked at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that because I thought it was a good deal. Girl, nobody would think of that. And he thinks he's so much because I didn't even know Calvin Klein made shoes, and then she talked about my tongue. Oh, you all up in my mouth? You all up in my mouth? Girl, but I drank coffee, okay? But yeah, she want to talk about somebody being dirty. But yet she said Ness didn't change that rumple for 3 days. And then she said she begged Ness to go to the CVS and stuff to get some toiletries. Now, you hear that? The whole saying that you didn't go and get no toiletries. She said that you were scared of cleaning products. That's what that hoe said. Ha! Over there. He's house poor. And I can't understand why you. She sound like she always about to cry. She sound like she always about to cry. And I don't understand why you don't do this, and you're up there going with Jay Wilson. And I don't understand, Brian, why you keep going over there and getting advice. Well, he need to get advice from you. The only thing you did was give him some money from a electric bill, and then you made a spectacle out of it when you gave it to him. Baby, these hoes crazy. So now let's go to the other crazy one. Gay men. Why do y'all argue with ZX? First of all, that ball mouth hoe always got something to say. He don't like women. He thinks women are objects. Something happened in his life with his mama. I don't know what happened, but it's something that's there. And until that hoe can show me a high school diploma or a GED certificate, that hoe don't have nothing to say to me. Y'all sitting up there fight with this ignorant man. Now, ZX, ain't your daughter a lesbian? So was your seed weak or was your wife a lesbian? Either you gay or your wife is a lesbian. Because if that's a spirit, then somebody's seed was wrong. Somebody's seed was corrupted. So was it you or is your daughter gay because you gay? Daughter gay because your baby mama was a lesbian? Because that's the logic that you follow. If you following that logic, then somewhere along the line, your seed is corrupted, or your baby mama seed corrupted. Either your baby mama is a lesbian, or you gay. If your daughter is gay, if we gonna talk like you gonna talk, plain ignorant. You can't tell nobody that. Now I'm gonna tell you something that J Dunn did say, and I'm gonna give her props, cause I'm gonna tell you, honey, Roly Poly is book smart. Don't get me wrong. Now, Roly Poly is socially awkward. And sometimes she don't know what. Yeah, but brain wise, Roly Poly all right. Roly Poly said, "Why does it gotta be always who you sleep with ain't none of my business?" And what Jay Dunn said is, when you start talking about your children, she gonna say, "Well, who you sleep with is none of my business." And you right, because it's not always about sleeping. We have, that's why same gender loving comes out of my mouth, because all of my relationships and what I do in my relationship is not always about sleeping with somebody. Shout out to J Dunn for that. Shout out to J Dunn for that, because she's right. And she said the product of y'all sleeping together is y'all children. So maybe they tell me Tim Blaine went over there. They said Rubble went over there. Can I say that that man don't care? All that man is an attention seeker. He likes to hear himself. When a hoe is trying to rock some juke and try to impress you with some juke, okay, and cheap watches, and y'all sitting up there arguing with them, and like you said, what you hate in others, you usually hate in yourself. So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, why are you so fixated on gay men? And the beef, and this is the thing, ho, you ain't from beef sector. And J Don was right on that end. You're not getting ready to write beef sector history. I know why I was fighting with Tracy. Tracy like Kaya, I like T.S. Madison, and that hoe was trolling, and I blocked her. That was part of the beef sector, because a lot of us came in that way. And then you had the Sean Bradley and the Fresh Collective and all of that. And so the perfect storm, boom. Them gays, them lesbiterians and these lesbiterians, these straights and these straights came together. I knew nothing about the Fresh Collective. I knew nothing about that. I can only tell you how I got acclimated into the beat sector. So, ho, you wouldn't hear, sat down somewhere, okay, and be quiet. Always got some, but I'm just more surprised that they were arguing with this hoe. That hoe likes y'all. Anybody who rubbinate yonder region, calling out the Spillet boy, calling out the Trace Your Lane. I don't know what that was about, but baby, I don't know if the morphine was telling the truth on him. I don't know what that hoe was doing. But I'm like, why is this hoe rubbing his nether region and talking about Trace Your Lane? I felt very uncomfortable with that. But then I said that morphine done kicked in and his real true stuff is coming out. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Rubbing his nether regions. They're talking about Trace. That's the time when he act like he was at a 4-star restaurant eating that hospital food. That hoe was eating that hospital food like she done went to the tavern on the green. I'm like, ho, it's just hospital food. Is you that destitute that hospital food is tasting 4-star to you? Okay, okay. You can't, baby, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. I'm just saying, yeah, it's crazy. So again, it's heat, bro. On up at this channel, that's the most that I watched it. And for somebody, do I talk about this heat? Rarely talk about this heat, baby. But she is pressed. She's worried about my house. But just know I'm in it. House poor. House poor. Okay. House poor with equity. I have not touched the equity in my house, which I can, but I won't do it. I won't do it. But house poor people don't have equity. See, house poor people have issues when their housing market crash. And let me tell y'all what house poor is. This is why I know this hoe is just ignorant as hell, and she just thinks she's the smartest thing in the room. House poor is when the market has crashed and what your house is worth has decreased, and now it's negative equity, meaning that you can sell your house, you're not going to get anything for it. So if you bought your house for $200,000, all of a sudden it goes up, and now in that market the houses are going for $500,000. Then you're in the plus equity. But if there's a housing crisis, and now you can only sell your house for $150,000, meaning that you're $50,000 underwater, that's house poor. That's house poor needs. So she thinks I'm struggling. Now, again, I'm employed, gainfully employed. And I put 2 payments behind because of some shit that happened I had no control over. And that's why I tell you, you ain't going to make me leave. I'm going to leave because I want to leave. But somebody thought they were going to make me leave. I want you to hear me very clear. But I had the option, touch your neighbor and say option, to put those payments behind. Now, if I was renting, if I was in a lease or rental, that wouldn't have happened. But when you're a homeowner, you can do that. But that doesn't make me house poor. So I think she needs to know what house poor is. Once again, house poor is your house was worth $200,000. Now you can only sell it for $150,000, which is negative equity. And you house poor. Maybe what you're talking about don't make no sense. And the thing is, have you ever heard of discretionary income? Do you know I have money in my bank account? So whatever I buy, I know. And see, the thing is, I'm not trying to impress people by going and paying stuff retail to flex. Because paying stuff retail ain't a flex to me. Getting it on sale and getting it at a bargain, that's a flex to me. And I ain't never said that, again, here you are. I've never said that I was bougie. Oh, no. No. I am a practical man. But no, you want everybody to know that you got a suite for you and your boo in Miami. And you paying for tents and pup tents and all of this. Girl, nobody's not impressed because there's something within you that got to prove something. There's something within you that's very angry. And I hope you find out what that little girl who's angry is about and deal with that. But I pay you no mind. I'm 55 years old. I have lived life. And you know what? I will never retire. Not because I can't, because I have purpose. And I'm still valued. And when I want to retire, I'll retire. But last I checked, I think my financial advisor came from Fidelity. And I don't think you work for Fidelity. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought, baby, but you know what? If the girls want me to struggle, I'll struggle for the show. For the show, I'll struggle for the show. Girl, they don't like how I dress. Girl, I done got my J Van Gogh collection on. I think the Van Gogh. So there go Van Gogh right there. That's Van Gogh right there. And this is inspired from Starry Night, which is one of his impressionist pictures. Okay, Starry Night. Look up Starry Night, and you'll see Vincent Van Gogh. So I am wearing my J Van Gogh collection. Oh, let me close my mouth because the host said I had a white tongue. But yeah, she was letting somebody dirty tongue in her coochie. Make it make sense. Anyway, I'm Jay Burrell. Can't you tell? Okay. Look. I'm so good. And I matched this up today with this bag here. I'm wearing this bag today. Not because it's Coach, because it's leather and it was a good sale. Okay? Girl, let me tell you something. I just bought a Fossil bag. Girl, Fossil, if Michael Kors, I saw a Michael Kors bag that's really nice, but you know, I'm waiting for the price to go down. Because I'll wait it out. I'll wait it out. I'll wait it out. But nobody ain't trying to impress y'all. I like what I like. That's the thing. I like what I like. Ooh, these hoes be getting mad. And I mean, every other word was J. Wilson House Poor. J. Wilson House Poor. So I guess if you say it enough, people will believe it. Okay. Ho cam up. And show us where you live. Show me out, baby. Show us that palatial penthouse or that palatial mansion that you live in California. Show me what I need to do, girl. I'm just. So anyway, and then you got Castro. Let me tell you something, Castro. I don't give five damns about how you feel. I really don't, because again, you don't listen. You come on YouTube, you put it on YouTube, and then when people talk about it, you get pissed off. You don't see me getting pissed off because you say some crazy stuff about me. I don't give a damn. See, that's the whole thing. Now, Castro, The secret to revenge is success. You being in that situation, stirring up spaghetti in an igloo, ain't making nobody mad and ain't making nobody pressed. Baby, I want you to be to the point where you can get some real pots and pans and cook some real authentic spaghetti. Okay? I made it and be like, damn, that bitch is stirring up that spaghetti. But baby, not in no igloo. Not in no igloo. And then you don't, this hoe, you can't tell me that you don't want no attention. Why did you think that it was normal to stir spaghetti up in a cooler, in an igloo, and that nobody was gonna talk about that? Really? Okay. Okay. I'm Jay Burrell, can't you tell? Anyway, let me tell y'all something. This is a show. I don't know these hoes. I don't owe these hoes nothing. We subcontractors. I click this thing off. I do what I need to do. Occasionally, if something good, I'll watch it and talk about it. If it's not, I don't talk about it. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm level to the ground. Sometimes the show is popping. Sometimes it's like, okay, let me click off because I'm sleepy. Girl, I can live with that. I can live with that. It is what it is. I told you, I'm driving to work right now. I would be watching CNN or something. I still watch CNN. So again, I'm gonna make this little coin and don't give a damn how you feel about it. Because I'm making a coin. And as long as my AdSense check come in, I don't care what you gotta say. I don't know none of y'all personally. I don't work behind the scenes with y'all. We don't do that. We don't. And we see how y'all hoes up. I mean, Uppity and This Heat was okay, but now This Heat is mad because she felt like Uppity didn't get her a chance to talk. But then this hoe don't understand that she's saying trigger words and Uppity is trying to preserve her channel because she know that Brian done struck Brianna's channel. But you can't see that. So Uppity, let me tell you something, Uppity. Uppity, don't feel bad about what you did. You have to do what you got to do to protect your platform, Uppity. And sometimes, Uppity, you can't give people access to you. Sometimes you can't give people access to you no more because people don't have no platform or they don't have a voice anymore. So they want to come and use your platform to further and push their agenda. And that's why that hoe can't come on my platform because she has an agenda. And she don't have no emotional intelligence with her agenda. Maybe she's a scorched earth approach type of girl. And I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care what y'all say about Brian. Maybe Brian got under that skin today. When Brian started, when I knew when he said that you should give her some money. Ooh, I knew it was getting ready to go left. I knew in my spirit. I said, ooh, I said, conniving and vindictive Brian is there. Baby, this is not Jehovah Brian. This is not reflective and retrospective Brian. No, this is petty, vindictive Brian. I saw that personality of Brian. I knew it was going to be on. But baby, when she hit back with Jehovah, it got deep. Baby, that Jehovah thing got Brian. See, Brian was okay until Jehovah. Don't mess with Jehovah! Don't mess with Jehovah. And baby, when Jehovah was tampered with, that's all it took right there. And the thing is, you know, I don't discuss religion with folk anymore because if you don't take the time to really research, I don't want to talk about that with you because you don't really know. And I'm listening to her talking about the white man's religion. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Coptic Christianity was way before what they had in Rome. Way before what they had in Rome. What are you talking about? Do you think those people in the Middle East and Egypt and all of these other places were white people? No, they weren't. But you ignorant. and then trying to act like and flaunt and flaws like you ho. Shut down. Keep on studying Shiva, Vishnu, and all of them folks. Ramayana and all of them. And I'm not mad at Hinduism either because they combine all the religions. It's nothing but a Unitarianism type of thing where everybody is. It's an ecumenical religion. They even have Jesus in Hinduism, believe it or not. You worship what you want. You can worship the monkey god. Girl, you can worship whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can do whatever you like. And I'm not mad because that's your right. But you said you don't believe in nothing, so that's good. Whatever you want to do. Loud, strong, and wrong. So is she biracial? Is her mama Bangladeshi and her daddy black? I'm just asking. And I'm gonna tell you what, this heat. Before you start calling folk dirty, if you are from Bangladesh, the car is the most nastiest city on the planet. Anyway, let me go ahead and stop. Moving right along. Maybe these girls is just pressed. If you just joining me, I'm wearing this outrageous fashion for the girls today. I am wearing J. Van Gogh. This jacket was inspired by Van Gogh. As you can see, Van Gogh is up on this corner, and this is his painting. It's the homage is Starry Night. So this is a Starry Night coat. This is one of Van Gogh's paintings. So that's Van. I'm rocking J. Van the J. Van Gogh collection. Okay. So anyway, I mean, does she not know that Pharaoh, Moses, Egyptians, uh, you know? Yeah, we don't get that. Katora! Bam! Bam! Sister that walk. Sister that walk. Baby, they ain't ready. Cow, pow! Ha! Okay, this is the J. Van Gogh collection. Okay, there go Van Gogh right there. There go Van Gogh right there. Anyway, so girls have your time. I only come on here so they can talk. I'm trying to feed the sector, baby. The beef sector dead. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. What people are trying to do is make the beef sector something else. And again, for those who know to know, we don't go. We still do our thing. People still come over. Nobody ain't stressed or pressed. It's just showing how trifling some of y'all other folk are. Hmm. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia, I like your fashion because Patricia, you be fashionista and up, baby. Let me tell you something, Miss Patricia. Ooh, on that cruise, baby, you could not tell, honey, that captain's dinner, honey, Patricia was a grand dame, honey. She was a grand dame. And she did beat her face with that makeup from High to Fly. And like I said, I mean, I don't speak to that hoe no more, but the hoe did have a nice palette. I'm going to give her that. That's all I can give her, besides that $250. The hoe had a nice palette. All right, y'all, I'm going to drop this link because I'm done. I done said what I need to say. Child Brian done bodied this heat. It was funny. And again, people were saying, did she give you money for your light bill, baby? That don't matter. That don't matter. It don't matter at all. I mean, the rider Liz gave that whole $2,000 almost, 1,700, and then turned around and gave him enough money so he can get a laptop. Not to mention the Seattle money. Bro, I don't care about that. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's why I don't care either. Even with the Castro thing, I don't care. Castro, look, we are subcontractors. I don't know you personally, and you always telling people to stay out your business. Well, keep your business off of YouTube. You don't see my man flaunting all around here. Well, according to the girls, I don't have no man no more. So again, keep your business off of YouTube. And I keep on telling you, Castro, I can understand if somebody doxed you and things that you didn't bring to the forefront, they brought it. But no, you're bringing it out. You bring your relationship out here. And if it's going to be on YouTube, we're going to talk about it. So I don't know why you get so upset. Keep your damn life off YouTube. I told you from day one, hey, is YouTube more important or your relationship? You chose YouTube. To the point where you was filming that man whooping your behind, which I thought was very, very triggering to people. But obviously at the time you didn't think so. So again, if I don't talk about you, you don't have no content. See, this is the thing. Y'all always talking about y'all using Castro for content. No. Castro provides content. Like this jacket gonna be content in a couple of minutes if it ain't already. And I'm good with that. And if you ain't good with it, then don't bring it up. If I was so fragile to be upset with people talking about how I dress, then I wouldn't come on like this. But it doesn't bother me. And so if you don't have that fortitude, if you don't have that grit, then carry your ass on. How you gonna come up here and stir up some spaghetti in a cooler and think nobody ain't gonna talk about it? How you think nobody ain't gonna talk about this man showing this faded ring, talking about it's 80 carats, and you gave it to him knowing that you going to the free food stuff? And the thing is, you chose Tommy, and Tommy chose you. Tommy know that you provoke people, low T, and Tommy's crazy as cat pee, but yet you deal with him. That man done put out all that tea on you, done told stuff, and y'all still hanging around each other. That hoe don't like you because that hoe don't even like himself. And I'm beginning to think you may not like yourself because nobody with some self-dignity will let some man, not once, but probably 4 or 5 times, beat up on them on the camera. I'm sorry, Castro. And if you don't like what I say, stop. The people keep on telling you, why do you go over there? Why do you go over there? You come over here because I'm telling you the truth. You don't like to hear it, but you come over here. I don't hate you, but I'm going to tell it. And you like Zaddy. You like Zaddy. You like to come over here and watch these creases and stuff. All these creases and stuff. You like these creases, every nook and cranny, baby. Of this Thomas English muffin. You like it. You dreamed about it. That's what you said, didn't you? Didn't you say you dreamed about it? I can dream about you. Okay? So it's all good. What's up, Uncle Clyde? Sure. I see Dr. LaShawna, Simply Pink and Green, Ebony 757. I want to give a shout out to MB, Vivian, Reasoning is Key, Sabrina, Victoria, Game Tight, Ron P. Even though Ron P don't come over here that much, okay, I guess the mess ain't as messy, but Ron P, all y'all, Uncle Claude, yes. So anyway, Castro, if your feelings hurt, don't come over here then. Because your feelings hurt ain't going to stop nobody from talking about you. Just like nobody ain't going to stop talking about me. When it's time to hang up the cap, I'm out. It is what it is. Mm, 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 mm. Baby, spaghetti in a cooler, Uncle Clyde. I'm not lying to you. Baby, the girls can verify that. Anyway, child, somebody said, now, J Dog said, if you really wanted to find out if Big Man was dead or not, you just should have sent them a cash app. And they said Big Man took the cash app. Well, you know that's, but baby, you know I don't be sending cash apps like that. So if that's a confirmation, then I guess I would never get one. Okay, I ain't sending nobody no. Anyway, child, I thought that was funny though. Baby, the spaghetti in a cooler. But Castro know I be telling him right for the mere fact that he made spaghetti. He listened because I said Castro made spaghetti because it lasts longer and it don't spoil because he was making all of these gravies and this stewed meat and stuff and I mean you know you got to eat that stuff right away. But baby, that spaghetti will last you a long time until you can get to the free store again. And he did. Oh Lord, I hope this ain't next because I don't want to block. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that ain't Ness. Again, I'm holding to what I say this season. I don't hate Ness. I just don't give people access to me like that anymore. I just don't. Just like I don't deal with this heat and none of them, baby. I don't. Mm-mm. I just don't. So I think it's interesting. Oh Lord. So anyway, again, y'all, this is the J Van Gogh collection. All right. So today I have on my black Cole Hans, not the Calvin Kleins, but the Cole Hans today because it's leather. And then I have on my blue socks and it's gradient blue. Then I have on these blue pants with this jacket and then this solid shirt. And with the black glasses and a black belt. So black shoes, black belt, black glasses, blue socks, blue pants. So it is what it is. Now, I can see me wearing blue jeans with this and a kind of powder blue shirt. So that's another look. But we'll talk about that. Anyway, and I don't think I'm a what they call it, a fashionista. No, I just like what I like. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to wear it. You didn't buy it. So, but I like what I like. And so I'm telling you, but I didn't know y'all hoes were so pressed about stuff y'all didn't buy. Okay. But if you want me to wear something, you can always go ahead and buy it and send it to Yes Picture Lady, and Vivian will collect it and she will send it to me. So if you want me to have some fashions and if you think you can dress me, go ahead and do it. I wear size 32, 32 pants, 32 waist, 32 length. I take a medium in the shirt, a medium, medium in jackets. Yeah. I wear size 12, 11 and a half to 12. Yeah. So if you want to dress me, I'm not begging, but I'm just letting these hoes who got so much to say, baby, send the clothes. Make sure it matches. Take a picture of how you want it to look. And I'll come up here and rock it. Help an old man out. You know I got a crease face and bad time, and then my man done left me. So you know I'm all gibbery. I'm all gibbery and shooken up. Not shaken up, but shooken up. So go ahead and send it yespicturelady.com. Vivian will send you the P.O. box. And maybe you can dress Jane. I'm not begging, but I'm just telling the people. Because, see, I'm wearing my clothes. But since y'all don't like it, I'm giving y'all a chance to put your money where your mouth is and show me how I need to dress. 32, 32. 32 waist, 32 length, medium, medium in jacket. Okay, okay. I'm just telling y'all. Uh, 12, 11 and a half to 12 shoe. Okay, so if you want to serve it up, serve it up. And I will let the person know who dressed me. So, Ness, since you got all of this money, you an executive, all right, and you know so much about fashion, and my fashion is so poor, go ahead and send some home and show me what I need to do. Since you got all of that knowledge all up in your head. This heat, girl, you had a lot to say. So, host, send me some Bangladeshi clothes, okay? Show me what y'all doing. Okay, send me some of them clothes. All right? I'm not begging, but I'm just telling you, since y'all got all of this insight, okay? Like y'all be at the Met Gala. Go ahead and send some clothes. And if you want to be anonymous, you can be anonymous. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not begging, but I'm just telling the hoes, put your money where your mouth is. If you can do any better, then do it. Not the old nasty sweatshirt collection. I'm gonna tell you what. Okay, Uncle Clark. Baby, they be doing. Let me tell you something. That Bollywood ain't no joke though. Ha! Baby, they be tearing it up in that Bollywood though. Ooh, that choreographing, not choreography, but that choreographing. My God, today. So anyway, ha! Ah! Baby! They be doing them eyes and all of that. Oh my God, that okay. They be working it. They be working. Anyway, so yeah, y'all, but I hate getting to this point. They gotta do something with 1604 and 151. I tell you, you'll be you'll be 8 minutes from work and it's another 15 minutes because of the traffic. Okay, the red dot right there, girl. The red dot right there. Pastor Brian lights still off. Hi, wait a minute. How y'all know that boy lights is off? How do you know that? How do you not know that? Who's not to say that he's just keeping the lights off so y'all have something to talk about? How y'all know that? How y'all know that? See, I didn't run with that. I didn't run with that. I didn't run with that one. Now I run with some stuff, but the lights and you know yeah. How y'all know that man lights off? Now we've known his lights have been off because this heat kind of gave us insight to that. But how do we know his lights off now? Brian said he is working. Okay, Brian works. Brian got settlement money coming in. What y'all talking about? Can I say this? I don't know what's going on, but in this Trump administration, too many planes are coming down. Baby, it's too many plane crashes out there. This is why my ass is taking the train because I don't know what's going on with the FAA. I don't know if they letting go air traffic controllers, but it's too many planes coming down. It's too. What we need to get down is the gas prices and the groceries prices, not the planes. The planes need to stay up. But planes landing on highways, planes crashing in houses. I'm like, what's going on with the plane? What's going on with the plane? Baby, oh, baby, why is they getting on Shakim? Shakim, the girl said that you living in your car, that you it's bad, it's worse than we thought it was. Ooh, Jesus. Oh my God. Jesus, be a homeless shelter. Ah! Child. Jesus. Mm. What's up, Myra? What's up? What's up, y'all? If I didn't call your name, y'all, take it to my head, not to my heart. Y'all know I try to do that early in the show, but I thank y'all for coming over. Let me tell y'all something, B Sector. I appreciate you all for supporting me because I'm the type of person I'm gonna come on regardless of who likes me or who don't. I'm just consistent. But I thank you all for supporting me by being here. Y'all do not send cash apps every day, nor do I expect them. But every once in a while, when it counts, y'all come through. So I appreciate that, you all. I don't look for cash apps or all of that, even though it's welcome. But my commercials do me very well, and I appreciate you all looking at the replays. I don't have any out with you all. I really don't. I'm not gonna sit here and cuss y'all out. I mean, you show up, and and can I say this? People come, people go. It's people who used to be over here religiously and they don't come over anymore. And I don't take it personal because at the end of the day, people change, tastes change, and they go on. You can't get mad at people because they want to go somewhere else. It is the people's decision. And when it's time for me to click off and do my last shade or do my last roast, it is what it is. Nothing lasts forever. We don't even last forever. So enjoy the time, enjoy the people while they're coming over. And to be honest, y'all, I know I done talked about this Heat, Brian, Castro, all them folk, Ness. Baby, I don't have an issue with them people. You know why? Because I don't know them personally. Now, it's some of the people who have done some things off of YouTube that it's up and stuck. It really is. But I don't have to come in and complain about it or say, oh, y'all, no. I said what I said and I moved on. Now, y'all, that train ride is coming up in May 31st. I think May 30th, maybe 31st. It's in the end of May. The fifth Sunday, the fifth Saturday and fifth Sunday in May. That's when we're taking our train trip. Come on, ride this train. Come on, ride it. People get ready. There's a train a-coming. Just have $33 and you can get on board. Yes, you can. If you don't have that 24 or $33, you ain't getting on board. I'm sorry now. I ain't talking about Jesus train. I'm talking about Amtrak. Okay? And then, I'm talking about Amtrak. All right now. You got to have a little money. Y'all can save that money up. Get your ticket now. Now, if that ticket go up, it's your fault. Baby, you can get the flex ticket for $26 and get your money back if you don't go. So get your money and get that ticket. Because we going. And then we need to know, though, who's going on the trip. Because if we want to stay at the same hotel, then we need to know that, right? Now, if y'all don't give me that, I'm fine. Because I know I'm going to have a hotel. It is a whosoever will let them come event. Now, Labor Day is coming up. Baby, Jaycation. Touch your neighbor, say Jaycation. Jaycation. So, if you want to go on Jaycation, that's going to be on Labor Day. Get with Vivian. We are finalizing some things. We're getting some things together. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about Jaycation, though. Tell y'all about Jaycation. Baby, we ain't saving not one room until we know that people are coming. I do not work off that. I'm coming, and you ain't sent nothing. Baby, we don't play that. We don't play them games. Now, I will say this, though. I don't want some people to come to Jaycation. I would rather some people stay home. We don't want everybody to come to Jaycation. I'm just being real. If you can't handle your liquor, don't come to Jaycation. If you got a fighting spirit and you're going to have to go to jail, don't come to Jaycation. If you're doing illegal substances, okay, don't come to JK. I'm being real. I'm being real. We don't want nobody who's not for food, fun, and fellowship. If you about fighting, fist, and felonies, stay home. We don't want you. Food, fun, and fellowship. Baby, felonies, fists, and fighting, mm-mm, stay home. Stay home. We don't want you to come. I'm being real, and if it hurts your feelings, I'd rather your feelings be hurt now. I'm just saying. So we don't want everybody to come. I mean, this ain't limitation. Baby, we just, mm-mm. We going places, we doing some things. We gonna be in the public. We don't want nobody, cause baby, I don't want y'all to be doing crazy stuff. Yes, come on, Catherine. And you don't need a lot of people to have a good time. You let me tell you something. You really don't. You really don't. I have had that cruise, and baby, we had 50 folk on that cruise ship. I don't have nothing to prove. If we only have number 10 people at vacation, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather have 10 people who know how to act than have 75 folk and people breaking bottles and pulling out knives. We ain't trying to do that. Vacation is going to be Labor Day. Vacation is Labor Day weekend. So vacation is going to be Labor Day weekend. So that's when vacation is going to be. Labor Day weekend. The train ride is going to be in the fifth Sunday of May. So the fifth Saturday and Sunday, because there are 5 Sundays in May. But we ain't trying to do all that. So yes. So, but that's what's going on, y'all. I'm excited about vacation. Um, I don't really have a major expectation. I just want to have a good time. I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing these cations. I really don't. So, come and enjoy it now, because this may be the last time. This may be the last time cheering. This may be the last time. It may be the last time. I don't know. I used to love that song. Maybe the last time. I don't know. Maybe the last time we take the train together. Maybe the last time, I don't know. Maybe the last time that we eat together. Maybe the last time, I don't know. I don't know. So this may be the last time. I don't know. So get your ticket. All right, and if you're going to do the train ride, you all please do that. That's going to be on the fifth Saturday and the fifth Sunday in May. Get the tickets while the tickets are very inexpensive. I do not recommend you do a roomette. I do not recommend that you do a regular room, because the trip is only 8 hours, and that'll be a waste of money. Just do a coach seat, $24 $24 one way. So you're looking at $48 round trip plus taxes. Maybe that's almost less than $50. You can't even drive to Dallas for that. So make sure you get your ticket. The train ride is just, we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna play some spades, and we're gonna have a good time on the train. And then, according to what y'all do, it's gonna be the hotel. I can't tell you where me and Boo stand, but it's a nice hotel. It's a nice hotel. And if this hotel, it ain't even that much. Okay, so for me and Boo, for both of our tickets, round trip, it's $102. So it was 26 coming, 26 coming back. Now I did 26 because I did the flex pay, not the flex pay, but the flex. So if I wanted to cancel, I can get all my money back. but I ain't canceling because now we got the hotel. So for me and Boo, it was $102. Let me stop because I ain't with nobody. So for me and my phantom lover, my forbidden lover, it was just $102 round trip for both of us. Round trip. So it's going to be cheaper than that, Viv. So that's why I tell people we're going to leave from San Antonio. We leave at around, I believe, 6 in the morning. We will get to Dallas at 3:30, which is check-in time, right at check-in time. And then we'll check out the hotel, and our train leaves from Dallas back to San Antonio at 12 o'clock, 12 noon. So, I mean, it's, and again, we'll stay downtown because the train station has a lot of hotels. Now, I am going to do another trip. For those people who are in Cincinnati, Ohio, hear me good. Those people who are in Cincinnati, Ohio, those people who are in Cincinnati, Ohio, or surrounding areas, I am going to do a trip. I'm going to tell you when, but I'm going to do a trip from Cincinnati to the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia, White Sulphur Springs. I am going to go eat at the restaurant. You get up at 3:30 in the morning. You get to the Greenbrier. The Greenbrier Resort at 12. The train comes back at 5:05, and we'll get back to Cincinnati. I want to go to the Greenbrier Resort to eat, and after our meal, you can either do a spa or you can do their glass making class where you take your creation home. So again, you all, I'm going to utilize the trains. We don't utilize the trains enough, and it's really not an expensive undertaking. It's really economical, and we sleep on those trains. No pun intended, and pun intended, but it is what it is. So I will be giving you all information about that. But Cincinnati, Ohio, to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, to the Greenbrier Resort, eat lunch at the Greenbrier Resort, do an activity, get on the train at 5:05. The train stops right in front of the resort. Come on now. So for those of you all in the Midwest, Chicago, Indianapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, West Virginia, Cleveland, all of the surrounding areas, we're going to do that train ride, Cincinnati to the White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, to the Greenbrier Resort. I'll be letting y'all know about that. But right now, the last Saturday and Sunday in May, we will be on that train ride to Dallas, leaving on that first morning train to Dallas. Say we're going back to find a better place in mind. Oh, yes, I am. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. Come on now. I got to go. I got to go. So that's the train ride. And then vacation is going to be Labor Day. So we got two things going. In May, the train ride. Labor Day, vacation. That's going to be in September, Labor Day. What's up, D Miss O?
Pastor, what's the name of that resort again? So what's that trip? Is it gonna be an overnight? How's that trip gonna work? What's the name of that resort?
Oh, girl, it ain't gonna be no. So this is the thing. We're gonna chill out in Cincinnati because there are a lot of things in Cincinnati, like the African American. They have an African American museum as well in Cincinnati. Downtown Cincinnati now is hot as all get out. So they have a lot of things in downtown Cincinnati. So we'll do a Cincinnati trip. But then we're going to do a day trip to the Greenbrier Resort in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia.
Oh,
Go
okay.
eat
That's
at the
gonna be a
nice
day trip.
restaurant. Yeah, go eat at the nice restaurant. Ladies, you can get a facial. Men, you can get a facial too. Or you can do the glass making class. I want to do the glass making
That's
class.
making me too. I like that
I want
idea.
to do that glass making class. Then the train comes back at 5 o'clock and gets us back into Cincinnati around about 10. And then so we'll have a day to just go in Cincinnati, a day to go to West Virginia, and then the next day we'll just go on home. I'm doing real quick trips because a lot of people are working people and they can't afford to be taking these long weeks off. I mean, I'm thinking about the practical people to do something. I'm thinking, what can we do that's going to be economical, that's going to be fun, but ain't going to break the bank? See, I'm not trying to impress people with these opulent trips. And if that's your niche, do if that's your niche market, do it. That's not mine. Mine is for people who work, people who've never taken a train before, people who've never been to the Greenbrier Resort, which is a very nice resort. I mean, and people who never did I've never done glass making, so I'm gonna do something that I've never done, and I just think it's good. And I'm just trying to say, even in the beef sector, we can do different things. And I know what people think this sector is, but everybody ain't trying to do crazy stuff. We're trying to make experiences that people can remember. And I'm gonna tell you, Demons O, the cruise ship experience was great because some people who had never taken a cruise before put money down to take another cruise.
Oh
That's
wow,
what we're
yeah, I
doing.
like that.
We're giving people experience.
Yeah, I like that because you're right, and then and you got to let them get over their intimidation and fear and seeing it wasn't their heart, and then make it contagious to travel. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then my thing is this: I am not trying to exclude people. I want people to be able to go on the trips. Because let me tell you something. These train trips are not expensive. From Dallas to San Antonio to Dallas is only $24 one way.
Yeah,
$48
that's really
round
good.
trip. I mean, the trip to White Sulphur Springs, that is only $33. So it's $66 round trip. I'm telling you, again, people are like, ooh, them cheap trips. Well, yes, because we want everybody to go. I don't want anybody to have an excuse not to. You can save that little bit of money. And then, going to the Greenbrier, you may want to have about $200. I mean, if you really want to splurge to the food, because I always say overdo it than under. And then, if the glass making class is going to be about $160 if you do it for an hour. So, or you're gonna do the spa, you're gonna spend about $200 to $300 at that spa. So start saving up for that. The glass making class is what I really want to do.
Yeah, that
So
sounds fun.
yeah.
Hey, good
So
morning, y'all. You got to
what's
also
up?
think about, hey, good morning. Hi, D, Miss O. Hey,
Hey,
Break.
baby.
The other thing you guys got to think about this. There are many people that are single travelers that don't like to really, that maybe not feel uncomfortable traveling by themselves, who've never been, on a trip. And this gives them an opportunity to be with a group of people that can make them feel safe,
Right.
especially when you got single female travelers. Um, Unlike me, you know what I'm saying? I'll get on if I'm ready to go, I'm going. I'm out. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But you got to think about there's single female travelers who really want to travel, but they don't have like a group of folk to travel with.
Right.
And so you got to think about that also. So this gives people a safe opportunity to travel with a group because when you're with us, even if you don't see us all the time and we don't see you, we gonna check on you. Wait a minute, we ain't seen such and such in this many days or this many hours. Anybody seen this person? Anybody know what these people are? Anybody know what this group of people are? And believe me, like Miss Patricia and her group, they hooked up together on the trip. Then you had Andrea and her group. Then you had Misty and her group. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
everybody knew where everybody was, even if we weren't with each other all the time. Somebody was checking on you all the time. So it wasn't like if you by yourself that you gonna disappear and nobody will know what's going on.
And this is why we're telling people if you're gonna do these trips, because we got two plans: the Labor Day and the train trip that's gonna take place in May. We need to know, not because we're trying to be in your business, but we try to get places together so no one is way out somewhere. And and it's for safety. We do think safety, so it's for safety. But we're gonna move on and we're gonna go regardless of what happens. We're going on this trip. So, like I said, make sure you all hit Visit up at yespicturelady@gmail.com. Let her know what's going on, because that train trip is going to be critical, because what's going to happen is we go to Dallas at 3:30 and then we leave at 11 o'clock because the train pulls out at 12. So, we'll have a little lunch, a little breakfast before we get on the train, and then we'll head on out. But I'm just giving you all that because, again, it's about food, fun, and fellowship, and that's what we're going to do. We ain't trying to do no drama. We're trying to have a good time. We have never had a trip with drama, and we don't plan to have a trip with drama. And so that's what we are, you all, but food, fellowship, and fun. So come on out. The last Saturday and Sunday in May is when we're doing the train trip in to Dallas. And then Labor Day will be vacation. And like Miss Patricia said, I made lifelong friends on the cruise. It was beautiful. And that's what we do. That's what we do. So I just want y'all to know. Anything else, Viv and D Miss O? Baby, it's a lot that's been going on, but I'm at this job and I gotta get there by 9 o'clock. So I'm just getting in. But what's going on?
Y'all be
Anything else?
easy. Have a good day. Demons though, have a great day. Look, I look forward to meeting and hanging out with you in September. And I look
Yeah,
forward to
it's gonna
those
be
of you
fun.
going on the train trip. I look forward to that too. All right, you guys. Call me later, Jay. All right.
I will. D Miss O, you got anything else, baby? Because the girls been coming for me.
Oh,
Baby, they
Pastor,
gonna
you
really
went out.
huh? Can you hear me now? Oh Lord. Okay, y'all. I guess it was D Miss O. Well, I'm gonna take my little Vincent Van Gogh fashions, my J Van Gogh fashions on. Jay Burrell, can't you tell? Y'all have a good one. I had a great time. Bye bye. Y'all have a good time. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't make nobody make you feel any kind of way. To thyself be true. That's all I gotta say. Keep hope alive. Y'all take care. Peace and love. Bye.